your guide. Hi there. And I will be your guide as we lift the veil of secrecy on some of Hollywood's hottest filming locations. Currently home on our lot are ABC's Desperate Housewives, CSI Crime Scene Investigation, Parenthood, Weeds, and Prime Suspect. That's right, so get your cameras ready. You never know what you will see. Hi there, fellow Whovian. Hi there. We're Doctor Who fans. That's Ingrid, another tour guide there, and I are Doctor Who fans. Oh, we're getting our driver right now. All right. By the way, ABC's Desperate Housewives is filming today, so I'll let you know when we're near Wisteria Lane, and that's right. Hey, how you doing, buddy? All right, it's Jesse. Everybody say hi, Jesse, on the count of 3. That's our driver. 1, 2, 3. Hi, Jesse! All right, now, put on your seatbelts, folks. Put on your seatbelts. Oh, wait a second. We have no seatbelts? That's because we relied on Jesse to keep us all safe and sound as we go on this tour. He's getting ready for the tour right now. As I said, we'll be passing by Wisteria Lane today, and I'll let you know to get your cameras ready. A lot of the time, well, some of the times, we see the ladies. That's right, all the stars, the Desperate Housewives themselves. So I'll let you know when we're near Wisteria Lane. But right now, let's hit the road, Jack! You know the words of this song? Sing along. No more, hit the road, Jack. And no turn back, no, bye, well, everybody, wait by the wheel, and everybody wait, ready to get line, because we're in the road.
Well, I guess if you say so.
Now, this movie won an Academy Award for Best Actor. Name the actor that played Ray Charles. Anybody know? Jamie Foxx, very good. I'll be asking trivia like that throughout the tour. Feel free to just yell out the answers, all the cars. I can hear you guys. So let's have fun with some trivia, and let's get the tour started right now. We have a new co-host. He got his start on Saturday Night Live. He has his own late night talk show. What's the name of our new co-host? We have a new co-host. He got his start on Saturday Night Live. Jimmy Fallon, come on! Jimmy Fallon right here.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
Oscar!
And the greatest driver.
Jesse!
They're the best. I love them. Even though
Oscar
owes me $5.
What? I paid you for
I know
it!
you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
These are the safety rules. If there's an emergency of any kind, or if there's an audio or video problem, please, just pull the emergency cord located overhead in the center. Do you see it? Now we'll be back to assist you. Please remain seated while the tram is moving, keeping your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. There's no smoking on board our trams ever, and be prepared for just about anything today, including loud noises, fire effects, sudden tram movements, and the possibility of getting wet. If you brought a camera or video recorder with you, be sure to keep them protected from the water effects. And don't worry, only the people seated on blue seats will get wet. That's everybody, right? All right, just checking. We have the theme park behind, and we're entering actual working studio. Take a look on both sides of the triangle. See movie posters representing the nearly 100 years of movie making here at Universal Studios. There's one of those movies that's coming out this October. The Thing. Looks scary, huh? If you like scary movies, that's going to be a good one. All right, now let's take a look at a 1940s classic. See if you can name the title of this movie.
I have the room ready for you and Mrs. Barrington.
Thank you, Will.
Did you hear that? Mrs. Barrington.
Not quite, darling, but soon. Very, very soon. Hello.
Yes.
He's looking
Let me
right at the
double check this into
camera.
the room at once. And make sure that we are not disturbed for any reason.
Okay, as you can see, we played a little trick on you. That's not a 1940s classic. A little slapstick comedy from our new co-host, Jimmy Fallon, filmed in Soundstage 20. That's because we're entering the part of the video called the front lot, which houses our 35 sound stages. You'll be seeing Soundstage 20 in just a moment, but get ready for Soundstage 12 on the left side of the tram. Soundstage 12 is our largest soundstage. There it is on your left. And over the years, it's been home to some of the largest sets in movie history, including these.
I am not.
Oh, yeah. That's right. And take a look to your left, you'll see Soundstage 20 coming up on the left. That's where we filmed that comedy sketch featuring Jimmy Fallon. But back to Soundstage 12. That's where we filmed Cowboys and Aliens, directed by this guy, Jon Favreau. Cowboys and Aliens is an action thriller starring Daniel Craig and Harrison Ford, which takes audiences into the Old West, where a lone cowboy leads an uprising against the terror from beyond our world. Filmed in Soundstage 12, Cowboys and Aliens. Out in theaters right now, it is fantastic. Got aliens, got cowboys, it's really good. And that's how big it looks inside of Soundstage 12 on your screen. Pretty big, huh? Now we go from our largest soundstage to our busiest soundstages. Take a look to the left, you'll see soundstages 25, 24, 23, and 22, currently home to our hit TV crime drama, CSI Crime Scene Investigation, starring Mark Helgenberger and Lawrence Fishburne. Soundstages 25 through 22 are good examples of closed sets. That's a movie term meaning that only the immediate cast and crew and invited guests are allowed access. However, the next time you come to Universal, be sure to check out our VIP experience where you can become one of those invited guests and have the opportunity to walk on and explore actual sets used for filming, including the CSI soundstages. Now we go from our busiest soundstage on the left, and you can see them building those sets inside those old soundstages. To our oldest soundstage on the right. This is Soundstage 28. Built in 1925 for the Phantom of the Opera starring Lon Chaney. Since then it's been used for many movies, including these on your screens. Built during the silent film era, it's one of the last and only soundstages in all of Hollywood that is not soundproof. Also on the right is Soundstage 29, where we filmed Fast 5. Now take a look to the left. Oh, we got a fan of Fast 5. Take a look to your left, you'll see Soundstage 27. Inside of Soundstage 27, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a pit that can be filled with water. That is a soundstage where they filled up that pit with water and they filmed test footage for the movie Jaws. That's right, the mechanical shark named Bruce swam inside of Soundstage 27. Since then, Soundstage 27 has been used for many movies, including these on your screens. More recently, Soundstage 27 was used to film the Showtime TV hit series Weeds. Weeds starring Mary Louise Parker. Soundstage 27 was also used to film The Muppets, coming out this Thanksgiving, November 23rd. Disney's The Muppet stars Amy Adams and Jason Segel, filmed inside of Soundstage 27.
Hey guys, the jet skis are ready. Come on, we're waiting on you.
Just one second with the kids. We'll be there in a minute.
Now we go from Soundstage 27 to, take a look to your right. In just a moment, you'll see Soundstages 43 and 44, currently home to our hit TV dramedy, Parenthood. Parenthood starring Peter Krause and Lauren Graham.
Yeah, like when we were young, we were small, but we didn't know.
Many television shows filmed at Universal Studios. In fact, here are just a few of the many television hits we've produced over the years. See if you can pick out your favorites. You see, Universal Studios is part of NBC Universal, one of the world's largest entertainment companies. NBC Universal not only consists of Universal Studios, but also Universal HD, Universal Sports, NBC, NBC.com, CNBC, MSNBC, Bravo, Telemundo, Sci-Fi, USA, The Weather Channel, Oxygen, Chiller, Sleuth, Mundos, Hulu, Versus, The Golf Channel, and E-Entertainment Television, so lots of places to get your entertainment and information. Now take a look to the left side of the tram. You see these buildings here? These are called bungalows, and the bungalows were first built as dressing rooms for the stars. Nowadays, they're used as offices for the various production companies associated with Universal Studios. One of these bungalows belongs to Hasbro Productions. That's right, Hasbro will be bringing some of your favorite board games and toys to the big screen soon, including Candyland, Monopoly, Stretch Armstrong starring Taylor Lautner, and Battleship starring Rihanna. You can see the trailer for Battleship at the beginning of Cowboys and Aliens. Take a look to your left, there's the bungalow for Hasbro Productions, and the star of Hasbro waving to us. What's his name? Yell it out.
Mr. Potato Head.
Very good. Mr. Potato Head. Who said SpongeBob? Come on, man, that is not SpongeBob, that is Mr. Potato Head. He's the star of Hasbro Productions, which has already had hits with G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra, and the Transformers movies. Another Transformers movie is out in theaters right now called Transformers Dark of the Moon. And look for a sequel to G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra. They're making that right now. Alright, we now go from the front lot with the 35 sound stages and the bungalows into the back lot, where we film the big stuff, exterior scenes on a large scale. Before we get there, here are some productions of our front lot. Now take a look over to the right side of the tram. So much action. On Monday through Friday, we do a lot of filming. TV shows, especially TV shows right now. That's why there's so much action going on in our front lot and back lot, as you can see. Monday through Friday is mostly when they film. We also film on Saturdays and Sundays, but mostly on the weekdays. So we're finding out what our route is right now. But from where we are, hopefully you guys can all see a large painted surface. That's called a backdrop. This backdrop right here, you can see it, it's a what you call a cityscape. That's right, because we're entering the part of the backlot called the metro sets. Called metro sets because they can depict any metropolitan building setting in the world or time period. Let's take a look at some of our productions in our metro sets. Alfred Hitchcock used to love to film movies in our metro sets. There he is directing Paul Newman. There's Elvis Presley in the movie Change of Habit, also starring Mary Tyler Moore. There's Julie Andrews in Thoroughly Modern Millie. Now, we lost most of our metro sets to a devastating fire on June 1st, 2008. But we assembled an award-winning team, including Academy Award-winning director Steven Spielberg, to redesign and rebuild our metro sets bigger and better than they were before. As you can see, our buildings are now taller than they were before. They're now over 50 feet tall to resemble on camera the skyscrapers and high-rises of modern metropolitan building settings all over the world, including Los Angeles, London, or New York. We're headed to New York right now. Take a look at your screens, you'll see Angelina Jolie and director Clint Eastwood. For the movie Changeling, they used a lot of our metro sets as downtown Los Angeles in the 1920s. Welcome now to our more modern section of our metro sets, complete with glass and steel buildings over on the left side of the tram. That blue glass building right there, with all those angles, that's our version of the New York Times building, made to look like the New York Times building, of course, in New York. Here to tell us more about New York Street, because we're on New York Street right now, is because he tapes Late Night with Jimmy Fallon in New York. Here's Jimmy Fallon on New York Street in our metro sets.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Once got mugged over there. An old woman, tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey, I'm walking here. Hey, it's cool guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
Just to name a few of our more recent productions filmed in our metro sets, The Amazing Spider-Man, coming out July 3rd of 2012, starring Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone, was filmed in our metro sets. Captain America, The First Avenger, starring Chris Evans and Tommy Lee Jones. That was also filmed in our metro sets, out in theaters right now, as well as Transformers, starring Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox. The first Transformers movie was filmed in our metro sets. And speaking of Transformers, come back to Universal Studios Hollywood the spring of 2012 for Transformers The Ride in 3D. Now, we're very excited and proud about our newly rebuilt metro sets. We did lose an important resident of those 4 acres on June 1st, 2008. Who knows what attraction got burned down? King Kong, but don't worry, he's also been redesigned by another Academy Award-winning director, this time Peter Jackson.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up an adventure. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, you know, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Skull Island!
Glasses on, everybody.
Glasses on, everybody.
We're back at Skull Island. The Universal Tram is winding its way through a very rough, narrow trail.
Designed by Peter Jackson and the team at Weta Digital. In fact, the filmmakers at Weta have won 5 Academy Awards and worked on films such as King Kong, The Lord of the Rings Trilogy, and Avatar. You won't be needing your 3D glasses again for the rest of the tour, so hang on to them and we'll be collecting them at the end of the tour. And I'd like to mention Andy Serkis, that's right, actor Andy Serkis worked on the motion capture technology to play the King Kong character, as well as a movie out in theaters right now, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. He plays Caesar. And you can also see him playing Gollum in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, as well as the upcoming The Hobbit. Now, take a look over to the right side of the tram. You'll see our old school classic, real world special effect, the collapsing bridge. Built in 1974, it's been seen in many TV shows and movies. TV shows such as The $6 Million Man, The Bionic Woman, and this right here on your screens. And remember this car? We'll talk more about that car in just a bit. It was seen in Quantum Leap back in 1985. Quantum Leap starring Scott Bakula. Our old school, real world special effect, the collapsing bridge. Now you saw that car that was going over the bridge? That's what's called a picture car. That's a movie term meaning any car on set seen by the camera. You're about to see some of the most famous picture cars ever put on screen. In fact, these picture cars are as famous as the stars who have driven them. They'll be on the left side of the tram and also on your screens in action right now. Yep, it is. These are the real picture cars. These are the Fast 5 picture cars that we're starting off with. The fifth in the Fast and Furious movies, Fast 5 stars Dwayne Johnson, Vin Diesel, and Paul Walker, followed by the Duesenberg from The Mummy, Storm and Norman from the Little Rascals movie, the Deathmobile from Animal House. Here comes a Ferrari from Magnum P.I. Little known fact about that Ferrari, it has a Volkswagen engine with a dune buggy frame and a fiberglass exterior, made that way for more maneuverability and easy replacement when it got damaged. Here comes the most famous picture car ever put on screen, the DeLorean from Back to the Future. This is one of the 5 drivable DeLoreans that they used. There were 15 total, which included mock-ups and miniatures used for flying scenes, and one DeLorean that was cut in half for interior filming. You also saw there the Serenity Mule. I know it's a picture car without wheels, that's right. That's because during filming, it's on a motion control device called a gimbal. It allows it to appear as though it's floating, it's hovering. And they surround that gimbal with a blue or green screen, and they digitally impose an environment on that blue or green screen so it looks like it's floating in the finished film. That's right. Now, movie audiences have embraced their need for speed. That is why picture cars have become bigger, badder, and faster. And they don't get bigger, badder, or faster than the picture cars from the Fast and the Furious films. We're about to get a demonstration of those souped-up picture cars, along with some special effects. We're now entering the outdoor stage 55, where set decorators have made the stage look like a garage in Tokyo. Also notice your HD screens once the demonstration begins, and you'll see a CGI, computer-generated image of the stunt planning that goes along with this demonstration you're about to see. Here's a little bloopers from the Too Fast, Too Furious soundtrack.
All right, fire 'em up! We go live in 5.
Clear on the set.
That's the voice of the director.
Let's see the bullet hits. And go. Smoke. Go. Fire. Go. Okay, we're clear for a full run through. All systems checked. This one's for real, guys, so watch out. And action.
Good job, fellas. Take a bow. Nice. Got any other moves for us? Let me play some music. Show off. Aw, yeah. Reggaeton. Gasolina. Backlot gasolina. If you heard of ABC's Dancing with the Stars, think what better. That's Universal Studios Dancing with the Cars, featuring Carnage and Karma, and a special effect called motion control technology. Alright, let's take a break from the mean streets of Tokyo and the Fast and Furious movie to a nice quiet jungle island off the coast of Costa Rica. Anybody know what I'm talking about?
Jurassic Park.
Very good. Get ready for...
Jurassic.
We're about to see the famous picture cars and set pieces from the Jurassic Park movies. Take a look over to your left, you'll see the famous picture car called the Mobile Lab, featuring this scene from the Lost World Jurassic Park. Those of you that are getting hit by that acidic dinosaur spittle, those Dilophosaurus might be the dinosaurs in the natural Jurassic Park. That's right, Steven Spielberg announced that this year's comic car that there will be a fourth Jurassic Park film. Alright, we got some fans here. All right, weather played an important role in the Jurassic Park movies. Remember, as a catalyst to get all the action going in that first movie? I wonder what the weather will be like here in the Backlot. Let's find out from America's favorite weatherman, the Today Show's Al Roker.
Hi, everybody. Here's today's forecast for the Universal Backlot. It's going to be sunny and dry at 6 Points, Texas.
Oh, nice.
Cool and cloudy in Little Europe.
Okay.
Expect snow and sleet on New York Street.
Oh, really?
And we've got a high chance of fog and precipitation for Skull Island, Amity Island, and Isla Nublar. That's your forecast for today. Now here's a look at what's going on in your neck of the woods.
All right, we're in Old Mexico. What does he say? Black flood warning? No, that can't be right. Sorry about that, folks. Al sometimes gets it wrong. It's a perfectly sunny day. It's no thunder, but no need to worry about any flash flood. Welcome to Old Mexico, seen in many TV shows and movies, including NBC's hit show Community, starring Joel McHale and Chevy Chase, Fox's hit TV show House, starring Hugh Laurie, and it is raining. All right, I know what I can do. I'm showing Old Mexico on camera with a little bit of rain. Here it is. No, it's a flash flood. No need to worry, folks. We fix that problem. There won't be any flash flood. I can tell you how we create rain for movies and for TV. We use overhead sprinklers, shooting the water upward, allowing the water to fall back down to earth naturally. That's exactly how we create rain for movies and for TV. Lightning is lighting effects. Thunder is sound effects. Sound effects. What's that rumbling? Oh no, I'm pointing at the back cars. Take them to the left, there is no flash flood. If you hit the second one, it's one bar. All right, welcome to the next bar. Okay, I guess I was wrong and Al was right. Take a look at your screen and you'll see Old Mexico and the flash flood on camera. And yes, the flash flood is created using special effects. We have tanks located at the top of the hill containing thousands of gallons of recycled water. When the effect yields action, we release those tanks and all of that water comes barreling down the hill as a flash flood. Well, don't worry, we do recycle all of that water after a flash flood. That water goes through the pipe all the way down the hill to Warner Brothers Studios drinking fountain. They have to take more water, I don't know why. Now, that flash flood's been seen in Lady Gaga's junior music video as well as the next set. It was also seen in movies like Big Fat Liars starring Paul Giamatti, Frankie Muniz, and the retired and unretired Amanda Bynes. You can't outrun the woman, Yeah, what do you got that? There goes Paul Giamatti in the flash flood in Old Mexico. Old Mexico has also been seen as many different countries. It was seen as China in Hop.
You're about to be crowned the Easter Bunny.
Look, Dad, I want to drum in a band. I want to see the world.
Yippee, the Easter Bunny sees every country in one night.
Oh, really, Dad? What about China?
It's candy in one point. So we haven't cracked China yet.
Take a look around as we cross the border from Old Mexico into the Old West. Welcome to 6 Points, Texas, made famous in countless movie and TV westerns. In fact, let's take a look at a good old-fashioned western duel filmed right here on 6 Points, Texas.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us, Jimmy Fallon.
Well, I ain't going anywhere, Jimmy Fallon.
Now look here. Nice folks in this tram don't want no trouble. They just want to check out 6 Points, one of the oldest sets on the Universal line.
I hear this is where John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart shot a few of their westerns.
That's right. That's where I aim to shoot you.
Looks like we got ourselves a Mexican standoff. Lucky shot.
Now what say you mount up and get out of town while the getting's good?
All right. Well, I'll see you again, Fallon.
Oh, you can count on it, Fallon. Again.
This is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
We just have to talk it out, that's all.
Now let's take a look at those great western stars that have worked right here at 6 Points, Texas on your screen. Now 6 Points, Texas gets its name because we began Universal Studios in 1912 with silent movie westerns. And we could film as many as 6 movies at one time in 6 Points, Texas, because they weren't recording sound. That's right. And each production could be as loud as they wanted to be. An interesting feature about our western sets: none of the doors are normal size. Half the doors are smaller than normal. Normal size door is 3 feet by 6 foot 8. So the cowboys appear bigger and brawnier on this big screen. And the other half of the doors are larger than normal, so that the female stars appear more petite and more vulnerable on the big screen. Take a look to your left. You'll see a strange-looking cylinder contraption right there. That's our underwater tank. I'll put it on your screens right now. It allows us to film underwater scenes, keeping the camera dry by pointing through the hatches on the outside. It's been used in many TV shows and movies, including Alias, Seinfeld, The Biggest Loser, and Dragnet starring Tom Hanks. I found the snake! And Dan Aykroyd. Now take a look to the right side of the tram, you'll see Park Lake. Called that way simply because there's a park right here and there's a lake right behind it. That lake has been featured as the entire ocean in TV shows and movies, including Showboat, McHale's Navy, ABC's Desperate Housewives, and these right here on your screens. That's right, Park Lake was the Black Lagoon in The Creature from the Black Lagoon back in 1954. Park Lake was also seen in Psycho back in 1960, Psycho starring Anthony Perkins. Now I showed you how we film scenes underwater in our underwater tank and near the water here at Park Lake. What about filming scenes on the high seas where it's very dangerous? In the middle of the ocean, well, we sometimes use miniatures and we pretend it's the ocean. That's right. In fact, let's take a look at this scene from King Kong on the high seas, and get ready for the miniatures you'll be seeing. They'll be on the left side of the tram as we go into the Red Sea area of Park Lake. And please keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times, especially here at the Red Sea. Take a look to your left, you'll see the miniatures, the actual miniatures used in this scene from King Kong. Here's a look behind the scenes of filming that scene using a regular video camera. That's as big as Skull Island and the SS Venture ever got. They filmed the rest of it on sound stages and in the back lot. You're now getting the same perspective as the camera had, as well as Academy Award-winning director Peter Jackson had when filming those high seas scenes. And does anybody know what the word is for mistake caught on camera? Very good, a blooper. Here's a blooper from King Kong. On the hand filming a little duck swam away, ruined the shot, ruined the size of the ship that comes to big King Kong from Skull Island, New York. There's the blooper right there. We saved it for our tram tour. Now take a look to the left side of the tram. You'll see our prop yard, and that tall building on the left, that's our prop department. What's a prop? A prop is any item on set that is held or touched by the actors and seen by the camera. It can be as small as a paperclip or as large as a grand piano. Inside the prop department, much like a giant supermarket, set decorators go through the aisle, picking out whatever props they need for any given scene. All the props are barcoded and have to be returned at the end of filming. Over on the left side of the tram, you'll see the streets of France, or Germany, or Spain, or Italy. How do we do that? We simply change the language of the signs. That area on the left is called Little Europe. It's been seen in many TV shows and movies, including all of Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean films and True Blood. Now we go from Little Europe to our action stage. Welcome to Soundstage 50, where we film several action scenes. That's right, you're going to get to see inside of a soundstage right now. And you'll see the set of Bones, starring David Boreanaz and Emily Deschanel.
He looks very upset.
It's a subway platform set, the same set you're seeing on your screens. You'll be seeing around the tram. It's one of those rare stations in Hollywood that has 2 levels. There's another set up above. It's a San Francisco street set. You won't be able to see it on this tour. We left this set on this level so we can show our tram tours what a hot set looks like. That means it's all dressed and ready to go. All the director has to do. stage is simulated 8.3 on the Richter scale. You survived an 8.3 California earthquake. Now take a look at your HD screens and see how Fox's hit TV show Bones used our earthquake simulator in a recent episode for an action scene.
What's going on?
Earthquake, Boom!
Let's get out of here! The water main just broke!
Earthquakes in action. Take a look to your left, you'll see a sign that says Amity Island welcomes you. Who knows what movie featured Amity Island? Jaws. Very good. Don't worry about the shark. I got up this morning, I caught the shark myself. There he is hanging on the rack on the right side of the tram. There's a police diver in the water. That's Officer George, making sure there's no more sharks in the water so we can have a nice, safe tour. Oh no! Take a look at the water! There's another shark! And it's headed right toward Officer George!
We're picking something up. It's really big, and it's headed your way. I want those men out of the water now.
Oh, the shark has got it! Officer George, we had a lot of guts being out there. Oh, there they are. There are the guts. There are the guts. Sorry you have to see that, folks. We're just looking to save poor Officer George. In the meantime, we're going to go forward behind these barrels of flammable. I think that's a shark repellent, Lay. We'll be safe right here behind this pier. Jaws was released in the summer of 1975, the first big summer blockbuster. And it was directed by Steven Spielberg. Oh no, the pier! The shark is taking the pier! There's flammable splashing everywhere. Okay, guys. The whole pier is on fire, but I don't see the shark. I think it's run away. I think we're okay. Take a look back at this corner, and you'll see that it's the only shark in the world that can do the backstroke. Then it goes back to place for the next tour. And as I mentioned earlier, Bruce the Mechanical Shark was tested on soundstage 27 in that pit that didn't fill with water, but they filmed the movie on location in the Atlantic Ocean. Once they got the mechanical shark into the salt water, he sank to the bottom of the ocean. They pulled him back up and he kept breaking down and breaking down. Here to tell you more about the trouble of working with Bruce, the Mechanical Shark, is the director of Jaws, Steven Spielberg.
That's a much maligned shark. The shark was frustrated. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever you were on the island, you hear the radio. They were always saying, the shark is not working. Repeat, the shark is not working.
We just waited around. We just waited. The shark worked well enough for a while there and had to take us all time. So I really owe the shark a lot.
On a less grisly note, those sets around the harbor were used for 12 successful seasons on the hit TV show Murder, She Wrote, starring Angela Lansbury. That was Cabin Cove we just visited. Now, we have many famous sets and many famous houses in the back lot. Take a look to your right, you'll see a famous house we call the Chicken Ranch, seen in many TV shows and movies, including Murder, She Wrote, and The Mentalist, and these on your screens. I thought it was closed today. That's right. Speaking of famous houses, we're now entering the most famous street on TV today, Wisteria Lane, from what hit TV show? Very good. ABC's Desperate Housewives. I actually thought they were closed today for filming, but take a look to your left, you'll see an orange house that belongs to Gabrielle, played by Eva Longoria, followed by, on the left, this lilac house belongs to Bob and Lee, but in the 60s, that lilac house belonged to the Munsters. So, Lily Munster was the first Desperate Housewife. Take a look to your left, you'll see this yellow house. That yellow house once belonged to Susan, played by Terry Hatcher. They normally film Monday through Friday. They might be filming inside of the sound stages as opposed to exterior scenes on the Wisteria Lane set. Now take a look to your left, you'll see a greenhouse that belongs to Lynette, played by Emmy Award-winning actress Felicity Huffman. And take a look at the driveway. That is their picture car. That's a real Aston Martin worth $190,000. Now take a look at a scene from ABC's Desperate Housewives.
Next morning, Edie Britt decided to announce her return to Wisteria Lane.
Okay, you're not gonna believe this, but she's back.
Take a look to your right, you'll see a pink house that once belonged to this character, Edie, played by Nicolette Sheridan.
Edie, is that really you? You know someone else my age with a body like this?
Oh snap! That pink house now belongs to the newest character, Renee, played by Vanessa Williams. A lot of people ask me, who is Wisteria? Wisteria are the hanging flowers that hang like grapes from most of the houses. In fact, take a look to your left, you'll see a light blue house with a lot of wisteria. That light blue house on the left belongs to Mrs. McCluskey. Followed by on the left, this green house once belonged to Catherine, played by Dana Delaney. Followed by on the left, this blue house with bricks belongs to Bree, played by Marcia Cross. Followed by on the left, this green house once belonged to Mary Alice. She narrates the show from Beyond the Grave, voiced by Brenda Strong. Imagine this greenhouse in yellow, and yes, that was the Leave It to Beaver house. So June Cleaver was also what? A Desperate Housewife. All right. Take a look at your screens at those famous houses on Wisteria Lane from ABC's Desperate Housewives.
If there is one thing everyone in suburbia can appreciate, it's a good neighbor.
Here's Eva Longoria as Gabrielle. Here's Edie, played by Nicolette Sheridan. Here's Lynette, played by Felicity Huffman. Here's Susan, played by Terry Hatcher. And here's Bree, played by Marcia Cross. Now, most of our buildings in the backlot are facades, just the front and sides of buildings for exterior filming. They film the interiors on any of the 35 sound stages in the front lot. And that's how those houses were for Leave It to Beaver, for the Munsters, and for the first season of ABC's Desperate Housewives. But Desperate Housewives was such a big hit, when they came back for their second season, they converted all of those houses on Wisteria Lane into practical sets, meaning they can film interior scenes as well as exterior scenes. And those represent your average suburban homes. What if the script called for something much more fanciful, something much more imaginative? Well, that's what you're about to be seeing with the Whoville sets from Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, directed by Ron Howard.
One of the biggest creative challenges that we faced on How the Grinch Stole Christmas was to bring the storybook world of Dr. Seuss alive. Some of the most talented artists in Hollywood worked for months to create a living, breathing Whoville. When it was all done, they had built an entire city. And the fantasy world of Dr. Seuss became a reality.
The Whoville sets are made from styrofoam. That is carved styrofoam. In fact, they used over 2 million linear feet of styrofoam to create the Whoville sets. As you can see, they're renovating those sets right now, getting them ready for you, the guests, as well as for Grinchmas later on this year.
You're a bad banana with a greasy black beard.
Now the Whoville residents not only have to deal with the mean old Grinch, but here in the back lot, they have a neighbor that's a real psycho. That's right, get ready for the two most famous sets still standing in all of Hollywood, the Bates Motel, and up on the hill, the Psycho House, from 1960's Psycho, directed by Alfred Hitchcock, starring Janet Leigh and Anthony Perkins. I just saw somebody inside the Bates Motel. Did you guys see that? Oh, wait a second. It's Norman Bates.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
That wasn't luggage you put in the trunk. Oh, we saw us. Hi, Norman, we're just passing through. Don't need to be alarmed. What do you got in there, business card? Oh, he's got a knife. Step on it, Jesse. Get us out of here, man. He's got a knife. He's coming for me. Oh, no, he's going to get the second card. No, the third card. Oh, the fourth cards are gone. Sorry, guys. Leave them alone. That was close. But I bet you got a good picture. What a psycho. We just saw where Norman Bates works, the Bates Motel. Take a look to the left, you'll see where Norman Bates lives in just a moment. And take a look at the second floor. You might even see Mother. He's still looking at us. All right, these psycho sets really creep me out, but this next set truly amazes me. Get ready for Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds. Wow, this amazing, life-size, realistic neighborhood 747 has been destroyed by a crashed Boeing 747. Does anybody know why that plane crashed in the movie? Because of aliens, extraterrestrials. All right, folks, we're gonna stop with friends. They can stand up. They can stand up now, stretch, take pictures. Here to tell us more about this amazing crash site set is production designer Rick Carter and director Steven Spielberg.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision of Steven.
When we first began to sit down to talk about the war of the world, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good.
Oh, thank you, Tom Cruise. Wait a second, he's talking to Dakota Fanning.
Close your eyes, okay? Stand close.
Robbie, get in. All right, get in. Folks, if you're still standing, please sit back down. Get in. Tom wants us to get in and get out. That is a real Boeing 747 that once had flights. It was destroyed for the movie and brought here in 4 parts on trucks. Except for, take a look to the left, the tail section. That tail section was so heavy, it had to be flown here using heavy-duty helicopter. The plane weighed 375,000 pounds, and it cost production $60,000. But to move it here to Universal Studios Backlot, it cost $200,000. Even though that was a life-sized, realistic set you just saw, Steven Spielberg still used over 500 special effects shots, more special effects than he had ever used before. Now we go from that amazing crash site set to a really peaceful set. Take a look to your right, you'll see a log cabin. That log cabin has been seen in many TV shows and movies, TV shows such as Coach, Ghost Whisperer, ABC's Desperate Housewives, movies such as Shooter starring Mark Wahlberg, Deja Vu starring Denzel Washington. Excuse me, Deja Vu starring Denzel Washington. Deja Vu starring Denzel Washington. But it's built for what movie? Anybody know?
Outdoors.
Built for this movie. Don't talk back. That's right, the log cabin was built for the great outdoors starring John Candy and Dan Aykroyd. Take a look beyond the log cabin and you'll see Falls Lake. I'll put it on your screens right now. Falls Lake is the world's largest freestanding backdrop. It has an empty basin in front of it that can be filled with water to be the ocean, or dirt or sand to be the desert, or wherever. Here in our backlot, we can recreate any location imaginable. And even though it's a physical set, it's also combined with special effects. You see a blue screen with dots on it right now. During the filming of Bruce Almighty, as you see on your screens, they used a green screen. Filmmakers can fill in that green or blue area with whatever they want. It could be an environment, it could be robots, monsters, dinosaurs, whatever. In fact, here's a look at Falls Lake in action using blue screen and green screen technology. Some of our co-workers here in the studios, keeping in shape, staying healthy. Hi there. Hi there. Exercise does a body right now. Universal Studios and that Falls Lake area has been seen in movies such as Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides, starring Johnny Depp and Penelope Cruz, as well as Warner Bros. Studios' Inception, starring Leonardo DiCaprio. And look for Falls Lake in the upcoming comedy Wanderlust, starring Jennifer Aniston and Paul Rudd, coming out this October. On your screens right now is a CGI cow at Falls Lake. Special effects, specifically CGI, computer-generated imagery, has come a long way in the past decade. In fact, we use CGI to bring back from the dead one of our most famous movie monsters, the Mummy.
Good.
I mentioned the Mummy because we're headed toward one of the sets called the Mummy's Tomb. Now, I must warn you, the crew has said this set is cursed. They say the walls move, the lights come off and on by themselves, and it's full of flesh-eating scarab beetles. Oh no, it's too dark in here. Oh, take a look to the right. There are scarab beetles in here, and that sarcophagus on the right. Let me turn on the lights. Oh no, that alarm is not working. What's that mumbling? Oh, the lights are coming on.
not good.
You know it's not good. Oh, Whoopi. That's what's going to happen to us. What was that? All right, we're getting out of here, folks. Jess is going to save the day one more time. The doors are opening. We're out of here. I think we're all okay. Let me turn on my camera. Yeah, that's right. We're all fine. Here we go. Wait. Oh, no. What's happened to my face? Where's my face? Oh, I'm okay. And you're okay, too. Give yourself a round of applause. We just survived this curse of the mummies, too. All right. But unfortunately, we're nearing the end of the tour. That's right, this is the end of the tour here, folks. The last little bit, the end of the line, right here. Oh, come on now, folks, simmer down. We knew it had to end sometime. It couldn't go on forever. Let's bring back Jimmy Fallon. He can end the tour on a happier note.
Well, I can't believe it. We've made it to the end of our tour, you guys. How about
Oscar
and
Jesse?
Weren't they the best? Hey, before we go, I'd like to sing you a little song I made up. I was just 5 years old. It's called Tramtastic.
Oh, nice.
We had a real good time together.
Sure did.
Now the ride is done. We saw some crazy cool stuff.
Very cool.
And we had a lot of fun.
Did you guys have fun? Yeah.
This tram has made its final stop. But don't be sad and blue, 'cause there's still one more thing that I'd like to say to you.
And what's that, Jimmy Fallon?
Have a tramtastic day. Have a tramtastic night. Watch your step as you exit the tram, and everything will be alright. Come on, have a tramtastic day. Have a tramtastic night. Just watch your step as you exit the tram, and everything will be alright. Just the dads now, and everything will be alright. Just the moms, and everything will be alright. Just yours. Okay, have a tram.
All right, folks, on behalf of everyone here at NBC Universal, we hope you've enjoyed your exclusive behind-the-scenes Hollywood access.
Just step as you exit the tram, everything will be alright. Yeah, thank you for coming to the Universal Tour, everybody. Get home safe.
All right, thank you, Jimmy Fallon. What do you guys think of the new Jimmy Fallon clips? Aren't they great? I think they're very funny. All right, thank you to all our annual pass holders. If you're not an annual pass holder, be sure to head to the Hollywood Ticket Outlet to see if you can upgrade today's pass to an annual pass so that you can join us all year long. If you haven't already, take a look to the right side of the tram. You'll get a great view of the San Fernando Valley, as well as our competitors, Warner Brothers Studios. You see, we compete in the box office and in the ratings, but they filmed some of their TV shows and movies on our lot. Like I mentioned, Inception was filmed at Falls Lake, partly, as well as Changeling was filmed at the Metro sets. And we filmed some of our movies over there on their lot. Like a lot of NBC Universal shows like ER and Friends were filmed at Warner Brothers Studios. So it's all good in the neighborhood. They still have to look up to us. That's right. All right, folks, we got some trams ahead of us unloading. We'll be unloading ourselves in just a minute. Now, who remembers what the word is for mistake caught on camera? That's right, bloopers. So let's take a look at some bloopers on your screens of recent movies from Universal Studios.
Tell you something, Paige.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Go ahead, they're rolling film.
You guys going over it.
All right, folks, now's a good time to give a big round of applause to the man who kept our show rolling. That's right, give a big round of applause to Jesse, our driver. Thank you, Jesse. Big round of applause. All right. And my name is Oscar. I hope you've enjoyed the tour. How unexpected. Thank you. Thank you so much. For real. Thank you very much. If you've enjoyed the tour, be sure to tell people Oscar's tour was fun. I really appreciate that. If you did not enjoy the tour, my name is Mary. Here's a little plug. I'm also an actor. You can see me on reruns of Everybody Hates Chris, the show about Chris Rock as a child. I'm a recurring actor on the last 2 seasons of Everybody Hates Chris. If you have any questions about the tour, I'll be standing right outside here. Be glad to answer your questions about the tour. Enjoy the rest of your day at Universal Studios Hollywood, the entertainment capital of LA. Bye, folks. Have a great day.